So we're just leaving Beinglass farm. Had a good night in there last night. Had a meal in the bar restaurant, a few beers, got talking to loads of other hikers. So it was an enjoyable evening, wasn't it, Tris? Everyone seemed to be in bed by 9:30 though, didn't they? Everyone's knackered. So it's about 9:15 this morning. We've had a good rest. We're all packed up. We've had coffee, porridge, and we're heading towards Tyndrum today. Yeah, so how far is it, Tris? About 12 miles?
12 miles, it said.
Yeah, so the weather looks alright at the moment, but I think for the rest of the trip it's looking a bit sketchy. The weather doesn't look great, but we'll just have to see what it brings. So far so good on the trail out of Beinglass farm. I think we're almost 3.5 miles in, and it's a pretty good quality track. I'll just give you a look, and it's not too steep, and it's fairly easy going. The only difficult thing is, you know, your legs are shot to bits off the last 3 days. Otherwise I think this would be quite a straightforward stretch. About a mile from Tyndrum now, where we've got a little hut booked for this evening, so we can dry some stuff, wash some stuff, and just take it easy. We're just walking on a big old forest track now, and I think that takes us into Tyndrum, and I'll be honest, I'm really looking forward to getting there. Morning everyone. So yesterday we came into Tyndrum in the rain, and we had this little camping pod booked, which was really nice. Oh, it's luxury. We've got a kettle, microwave, there's a fridge, TV, you name it, 5-star, some nice beds. So I put up a drying line here, and we were able to dry our clothes out and just relax. We got into here about 3 o'clock I think it was. And we just went up into Tyndrum, which is a 2-minute walk away. Got a meal, got a bottle of red wine, and just spent the evening here relaxing. So we got up this morning around 6:30 I think. We walked back up to the Real Food Cafe in Tyndrum, full Scottish breakfast, and I got a couple of rolls as well just to take out, and we'll have those for lunch. It just saves having to stop and get the cook kit out and all that kind of stuff. But yeah, so today we have a couple of short days, I think. We're going to head up just past the Bridge of Orchy. We're going to camp somewhere around there, or just beyond there perhaps. And then the next day we're going to head into the Glencoe area. Now a lot of people go from here straight up to Glencoe and have a long day. It's about 20 miles. But what I can gather is that it's fairly easy hiking along a military road. So it's not too bad, but we're going to break it up into 2 days, which will give us a bit of a chance to recover, I think, and just take things easy for the next day or two. And then from Glencoe we'll be into Kinlochleven, and then after that Fort William, and that's the trip done. So we've noticed that it's pretty quiet today. So we've been hiking over the bank holiday weekend at the beginning of May. So the first few days have been really busy with not just people doing the West Highland Way, but people, you know, on holiday, just hiking small parts of it. But this morning, no trace, isn't it? We've barely seen anyone. So it's a little bit more enjoyable when you can hike for a while on your own. But so far so good. A bit of a chill in the wind now that we're getting into the higher country. But I still wouldn't describe it as anywhere near cold. It's pretty mild really, isn't it?
It is mild.
And even the evenings have been fairly mild so far. 7 or 8 degrees, so there's no need to fetch along a big kind of 3 or 4 season winter bag. We're just using summer bags, the Mountain Equipment Helium 250. They weigh about 690 grams, rated down to 3 degrees, although Mountain Equipment, they have lowered that, and they kind of claim that you'll get a good night's sleep and feel warm down to 1 degree. So, you know, they're plenty enough for this time of year and very lightweight. So we've just had a pint in the Inveroran hotel. They've got a little walkers bar there, and then about 200 metres outside there's a popular wild camping spot. So we're going to try and get there a bit early before everyone else get pitched. Morning everyone. So this is day 6. So yesterday we came past the Bridge of Orchy and we went to the Inveroran hotel. You can get a beer in there and food. They've got a tap outside so you can fill up some water. And then we walked, it's only about maybe 200 metres, and you'll come to a bridge. Either side of the bridge there's some lovely camping areas, so we pitched up probably about 4, half 4 last night, and there was a few tents here, but now there's well, there ended up being about 30 by the end of the night, didn't there? Yeah, it was really busy, but not too bad. It was really quiet by 8:30. Everyone was asleep, wasn't they? Everyone's just knackered, so you don't really, even though there's lots of people, there's no noise. But yeah, it was a good day yesterday. Today we've got another relatively short day. We're just going to head to the Glencoe mountain resort, where we've got one of those little micro lodge pods booked, which is good timing as well, because we can dry everything out, because it rained all night last night. And it's forecast to rain all day today, and heavy rain again tomorrow for our last leg through Kinlochleven. But can't do anything about that. So yeah, what we're going to do now is just finish our coffees, pack up and get back on the road. It's about, what time is it? Must be
About,
I don't know, it's about 8:30 or something now. So Quite a bit of a lie in really, like, haven't we? So we'll crack on and we'll catch up with you in a bit. So if you were looking for somewhere else to camp rather than down by that bridge, if you want something a bit more private, a couple of 100 metres up the road there's a car park and a little wooded area. Now originally we were going to camp there, but we decided to go by the bridge because there wasn't many people there then. Victoria Bridge car park it's called here, and I think there's like portaloos there, or it looks like it is from where we were camping. So this is just a little bit up the road. And you see that small pine forest there. There's someone with a tent up there, but you can just get up there and camp. It's a little bit more private, especially if you're a lady and you need to go to the toilet. You can always try and run up to the hotel and chance your arm there like Trish did last night. But I think I'll just kind of try and confirm that if I can see any portaloos here. So that's a short day for us, 1:15. We've reached the Glencoe mountain resort. It's time for some lunch, I think. Morning everyone. I think this is the start of day 6 or 7, I don't know, I've lost count. But we stayed last night in this little micro lodge in the Glencoe mountain resort. Pretty decent sleep. There's a little cafe and a bar up there. We're just waiting for it to open. It doesn't open until 9 o'clock, which is a bit late to be honest. We would have liked to have got up and got going a bit earlier. But we're going to go beyond Kinlochleven today. So we've got to go up the Devil's Staircase, and we haven't got any food apart from 2 Snickers bars and a dehydrated meal for this evening because we're going to be wild camping. So we're just kind of hanging around for the cafe to open so we can get some calories inside us, and then we'll head off. But I'll just give you a look at the weather. It was pretty nice yesterday when we arrived, but it's gone a bit grim, hasn't it, Tris?
It has.
I'll just give you a look. So the Devil's Staircase is somewhere around there. We could see it yesterday, but can't see it today. So we're just approaching the King's house now. I'll just quickly turn the camera on and see if you can make that rainbow out. Don't know if the camera's picking it up. There's a rainbow there. Now this is where a lot of people who we met yesterday were coming to wild camp. You can wild camp in and around that forest down there and use the bar in the King's house. But I believe they also have a separate unit. I think it might cost £1 or £2 to use, but there's toilets and other facilities in there, I think. I'm not entirely sure about that. It's certainly an absolutely stunning location, although you can't really see much at the moment because of the low-lying cloud. Yeah, there seems to be some facilities here, toilet, showers, drinking water, all open to the public as well, so if you do wild camp you're not going to be stuck without facilities. So the Highland Way just comes out of the back of the King's house, and this is where You can wild camp, there's still a few tents kicking around. So we've left the tarmac, we're now on the route towards the Devil's Staircase in the shadow of the herdsman of Etty. It's pretty windy, it's relatively mild, you know. We haven't got gloves on, I've just got a t-shirt underneath the Gore-Tex, but there's a fairly stiff breeze. But what a fantastic section of the route this is. It's just a shame the A82 runs through the glen. I can imagine in the days before that main road it would have been magical traversing through the glen back in the day. It's a really special place with a kind of magical feel to it, I think, Glencoe, even though it is often swarmed these days with tourists for good reason. So we've just left the road behind and we're well into the Devil's Staircase now. Probably can't make it out on the camera, but it just heads up to about there. It's kind of like, looks like it's zigzaggy as well, so you're not just going to be going straight up, although I don't think that's going to make it any easier. But it's quite a trudge to get here alongside the A82, and the ground is you know, it's that kind of like slippy loose stone, so it's not an easy walk, but beautiful views. I'll just give you a look behind us. What do you think, Tris?
I'm okay so far.
Fantastic, isn't it?
Yeah, I'm not liking the look of that.
Nah.
It zigzags. There's people on the top there. You can see them.
That'll be us in about
2
3 hours. So we're over the Devil's Staircase now. Wasn't too bad, to be honest. Probably on par with Connacht Hill, I would have thought. Really nice views, even with the low-lying cloud once you get to the top. But then you kind of make a bit of a rapid descent, and then you, well, it looks like you have to ascend again, which doesn't look too inviting. And the route just kind of takes you up over the side of that hill, and then I'm guessing you drop down into Kinlochleven for a few miles after this. So we're winding our way down into Kinlochleven on this, I think it's a service track for the waterworks, but I'm interested, how long have we been on it? It feels like days.
I think about half an hour so far.
Feels a bit longer than that. But you're just kind of winding round and round in circles. I did get a glimpse of the town, but
it's disappeared.
So hopefully we'll arrive there soon. The rain seems to have stopped just for a moment, so I think the plan is just to take a bit of time out in Kinlochleven, maybe get a coffee if there's anywhere open, and I think it's about 1:45 in the afternoon now, so we intend to just carry on after a rest, find somewhere to wild camp, and that'll give us a shorter day tomorrow to get into Fort William. So we finally made it into Kinlochleven. There's a co-op just off the route, which is really well stocked, so we went in and topped up our supplies. We're going to give ourselves a bit of a 10-15 minute rest here and then crack on and try and find somewhere to wild camp tonight. So once you get up out of the woods, you join like a really good quality 4x4 track here. Now hopefully this will go on for at least a couple of miles, and that'll definitely give us an opportunity to shave a bit of the distance off tomorrow.
Yeah, and to get up early as well.
Get up early? What's this get up early you're talking about?
Early so that we get the rest of the way to ourselves.
So we've managed to pitch the tent. We were walking along that track and the rain was coming in, the wind was really picking up, and we did walk past this little spot here, which it's not ideal, it's not very flat, but we walked past and we bumped into 3 chaps who were doing the West Highland Way from north to south, and they've just come from Fort William, and they said, oh, you know, you've got like a few hours of walking there, and it's really exposed, it's really windy, and there's not too many places to camp. So we just turned around and it was literally about a minute and a half back to this place. So we've pitched up. The pitch is like that. So I'm going to sleep down here. Trish is going to sleep there and she's just going to spend all night rolling into us. But, you know, we're dry, we're warm, and the wine's open. I think it's about 5 o'clock, so we're just going to relax for a few hours and probably by 8:30 we'll be asleep. So, yeah, we'll see how the night goes. See what the weather does. Triss's socks smell like blueberries. My socks smell like Stilton. Well, good morning everyone. I'm not sure if you can hear me because we've been enduring really heavy rain all night, and there's like a river flowing down this hill underneath the tent. So there's been water ingress, everything is sodden and it's not looking good, but we're not panicking. We've got a coffee on, it's 6 AM in the morning, it's our last day thankfully, and this rain's going to be in until around 11 or 12, and then it clears up, and then tomorrow for our journey home it's going to be brilliant sunshine, something to look forward to. So we're going to drink this coffee, have a little bit of breakfast, get the waterproofs on and get packed up. Grace is having trouble, we're on such a hill, she keeps falling backwards trying to do her shoelaces. Oh my god. I'll show you the river, can you see it? All that is just like flowing underneath the tent. So this is the little ruin along the way. We were actually thinking about trying to get here last night. There are a few little flat pitches around where you could camp. I think it's a dangerous building, so it's probably not the best idea to pitch up inside. Although I guess if you're really desperate and you're looking for shelter. So we're just chatting with a Dutch lady, I think, there for a while. She's just going to make some coffee because there's a little bit of shelter in that hut. And they obviously camped there last night, which actually looks like a good little, yeah, it's a good little spot. That looks sheltered, and they're not camping in a river like we were. So we've come down from the high ground slightly and we're into this area. Now if you look at the Ordnance Survey map, This is actually marked as a forest, but it's been clear felled at some point. Looking at the tree stumps, probably about 20 years ago, but the map hasn't been updated. As we were looking at the forest thinking it could be a good opportunity to get a break, have some lunch, or even if you make it this far you can camp. So be warned, there is no forest here. Well, it's been a while, but just over there there's some blue sky, so I'll have some more of that place. So we've just got our first sight of Fort William just over there. So the end is in sight. It's been a cracking week. Really enjoyed it. It's been tough. It's definitely not an easy hike. I don't care what anyone says. I mean, we've done it in 7 nights as well, so we've had plenty of time, but I've still found it's a tough walk. If you're carrying a rucksack full of camping gear, it's definitely not to be taken lightly. So as you come down this track towards Fort William, you've got Ben Nevis on the right hand side, but the summit's underneath a blanket of cloud this morning. Well, that's us into Fort William. Just going to go at the end and do the second finish. We've done the old one, the first one, and get some food and beer, I think. So we returned from the West Highland Way a few days ago now, and as I sat down to edit the footage, I realised that we hadn't recorded an ending clip. Well, we had, but through tiredness and a flat battery, none of them worked out. So I'm just up here in the woods, and I'll end the little adventure properly. So yeah, so both Tris and I really enjoyed that hike, and after a couple of days my legs have healed. They feel stronger, I feel fitter, and I've even lost a bit of weight as well, even though I ate plenty of burger and chips and drank a pint at every opportunity. So yeah, it's a great journey, and if you're thinking about doing it, I'd say go for it. You'll enjoy it. So as ever guys, thanks for watching, thanks for coming along. I hope you enjoyed it, and we'll catch up with you again in the next one.